I haven't seen them advertised in a long time. Maybe they no longer have to
Well,
do
they
it.
were kind of on the quiet because most of their shoes they sold actually to like police officers.
Yeah, but they're got awful ugly shoes. But she does wear them after we get started at a trade show. She puts those shoes on and wears them continually because they are comfortable on her feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there we go. We can go.
Okay, so then the next one,
Which is we've cooked with also.
this one I got, as you can tell, it's like, these are the ones I got really excited about when
Yeah.
we were there. This one is a company called Monin. It sounds like it's French. Monin? Probably. It's M-O-N-I-A, Depuis 1912, so it's French.
Yeah.
Now here's the really cool part about this. They have 130.
As of this, as of the 15th of August, which is this is absolutely the updated list.
130 premium syrups.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah.
These are the flavors we got: spiced brown sugar, I have a mango cream syrup, gourmet syrup, and a vanilla.
And we used this one yesterday. We made glazed summer berries, and we used that for for our flavoring for the summer berries. It came out really exceptional. So.
Oh, these are so good. I've been looking at this list right here. I mean, we've got roasted chestnut. What are some of the ruby red grapefruit, gingerbread, jasmine, key lime pie, toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
They've got a green mint and a frosted mint, a mojito mix. You know, they've got sangrias and pumpkin spice and pralines and agave nectar. Okay, I have to say I was in heaven.
Yeah, and no, it was good stuff. We use this stuff. We don't have a thing from the meat place, though, do we?
Which meat place?
Hathaway.
I do have.
Just a card, I think.
Yeah, hold on just a minute. I do have a card right here.
Because we have another introduction, which was, that basically you ever wanted that meat that they serve in a restaurant that you think is so good? Well, we have a nice organization now that is allowing you to purchase that stuff. So just have to see if we can find it. There we go, Heartland Meat. So,
Corazón de la Tierra.
yeah.
Yeah.
And oh God, I mean, I had some. They're basically putting this stuff out on tortillas, and everybody's sweating or walking around.
It's like the meats you get in the restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whether you're getting a carne asada or an adobada, is that how you pronounce it?
Polo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a chicken, beef, pork,
Pollo
sliced
asado.
ham, oxtail and mutton cuts.
Chorizo, picada.
No, but it's just unreal stuff. You buy it, it's basically like it's a vapor lock package, and you sit there and basically it comes, some of it's sliced for it. Basically it comes depending upon what you would generally use it for.
Well, here's the unique part about this is something that was previously only available to the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And now they're making it available to the public.
Because people ask simply, where do you get that meat that you're serving? And they would tell you, but they didn't sell it commercially. Now it's in little, like grocery packs that you find in most of the grocery stores. It's a sealed, vapor pack thing, and you just take it home and cook it. It's just like that, and you've got your food on your table.
I know. Can you tell we get excited? These are some of the new introductions that we've been talking about.
But we actually got to do 3 intros, which is.
Yeah.
We got 3 intros. We picked, which is funny. The one that intrigued us the most were all intros. So a lot of people were intros, but they weren't actually there. They had other people talking about companies talking about all the products. We got the actual companies on 3 of our intros.
Yeah, which was the Robinson Crusoe, the Heartland Meat Company, and this next one. Have you ever heard of Overproof Vodka?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been interviewing, Overproof Tequila, and I've been interviewing companies, and nobody has told me that before.
Yeah. No, you can get it. It's just like there's stuff you can strip paint with, there's stuff you can strip varnish with, and there's stuff you can strip paint and varnish with. That's overproof.
So this one right here at CAW, Day of the Dead, we actually interviewed the company Element Spirits. Yeah, she was the designer of the containers.
Ms. Brandy, who I suggested, you ever thought of doing brandy by Brandy? And she, that's catchy, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I thought it was funny. Her last name is Brandy, and she's working for a tequila company.
Yeah. But they were, her bottles were situated around people that were using her stuff for seasoning things. If you look careful in the Latina area, they did have her Day of the Dead bottles. They would just take the stuff out and put it on.
They were very cool. I mean, they're...
Because that was an introduction there too. It was a big introduction.
Yeah, and the bottles, they're reflective of Day of the Dead. And it's inspired by traditional calaveras used in Dia de los Muertos rituals. So each bottle is individual work of art, though.
Yeah, it's just like we were talking about. She said, like some of my suggestions, like people are buying those, buy those things for collector's items. She said, well, we hope they buy them for their reasons too. So, no, it's just they're really beautiful looking bottles.
It's a gorgeous bottle.
They're unique.
Yeah, and they have one. Their Reposado is 110 proof.
Yeah, yeah, I had some of that, folks.
How was that one?
Well, like I said, if you want it, and basically, you don't, basically they did serve a little thing like that. That's what you would normally be drinking it at, not, because it didn't bother me.
It says full body, intense, full agave flavor, aged for 10 months, in French limousine cask, where it acquires subtle hints of vanilla and caramel.
Yeah, because we have talked to the people, we actually, which is funny, we talked to the fashion, LA Fashion Week, where the people theirs was like 125 proof, remember? But their stuff is aged for, how do you make it, like the poor lady, Miss Brandy, kept saying, we run it through the, distillery, no, we filter it, no, and then she, no, we distill it through, no, we filter it, so, that is, you filter it. The more you filter it, the smoother it gets. And this company here is known for its filtering of its alcohol to make it very smooth tasting.
And they also had Ed Hardy tequila,
yeah.
Which actually, when we did the interview, they said Cobb was coming out in 2 weeks. We were their first interview.
Yeah.
Right, so they were just coming out with it.
What's funny is that we know the designer of all of this stuff, though.
That's right. And then we saw, besides her, then we saw the Ed Hardy tequila, which they're coming out with. Did they say 2 months?
Yeah.
Yep. So
we're ahead of the curve on that one. You see that? It's a typical Ed Hardy bottle. Which once again, why would you want to open the stuff and drink the stuff out? Because
it's a beautiful, really thick glass bottle.
Yeah. It's meant to be collected. It's not meant to be thrown away.
Well, that one's taller one. So that one, in a clear glass bottle, and you can take the sticker off, and then you have all the etchings. I mean, you can see that one used for vases all the time. And this one, Agave 99. This one also certified organic and kosher.
Yeah, that's another thing. There's an awful lot of organic stuff over in the Latin section.
Which you usually don't think of Latin food being organic.
But there's an awful lot. People, they're organic meats, they're organic corn, they're organic flour, they're organic lots. We've been to these things. They talk about organic. We've been to the health show, where they're always talking about organic, but this is the food show. We've never seen as much organic stuff in one spot at one of the food shows.
Especially for Latin food, because you typically don't think of organic food as,
because it's
or Latin
basically,
food as organic.
Because it takes, to be organic, you actually have to set the stuff aside for 7 years. And the meat has to be processed, meat has to be fed with organic and all. Basically, it's a long, detailed process, but it looks like they have decided to switch the way they're doing things now and go organic in order to make more, because organic sells at a higher price than the other.
Yeah, it also costs more, as you all know.
And it is better for you in reality, because like I said, a lot of the reason that puberty has hit young girls so quick is because of the stuff that they're putting in food in our country that causes the female system to jumpstart faster.
Well, that must be why I didn't develop more.
Yeah, you didn't eat that stuff.
Well, because no, I just ate it at home. We didn't eat it at home.
Well, she knows my little one did.
And that wasn't.
Mine, when she was 6 years old, was just tall to begin with.
I know.
And was wearing swimsuits bigger than her, so. Because she ate all that stuff. And she was out.
Oh, did she?
Milk. Well, look at the Montavious. Montavious loves milk, and look what happened to her.
I know.
She's over there. She heard that word.
This one actually was kind of new. We've been seeing guava. We mentioned that, what they have,
it's all over
the guava in the drinks for Coca-Cola was a Minute Maid. But now we saw guava being over there.
I had
this is sugar.
I had a lot of teas, we see what was, they did have teas, but the teas were in cans.
Mm-hmm.
There was guava teas, there was guava, soft drinks were in cans, guava everywhere that you could think of.
Yeah, and this is guava right here. You can use it as candy, but actually what they're using this for is sweetener.
Yeah, that's what we intend to use it for too, is to use it to cook with maybe.
Well, because people have been using agave, and they've been using honey for sweeteners, and now we're seeing guava.
Well, the agave is backed off a bit, so they moved up guava over.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah,
is?
because they said the agave basically, I think they said, didn't have as many of okay, what happens is, the Food and Drug Administration has no authority over herbs and things like that. And if you say something helps you do something, you really don't have to prove it, because it's not a medicine. It's a fruit or a vegetable or something that grows in nature. They cannot regulate something that grows in nature as long as you're not selling it as a medical device. But guava is big.
Well, I think it's that because, first of all, I love avocados.
Okay.
But Calavo Foods, you see their labels on avocados, they have more and more guacamoles that they're coming out.
Yeah, oh, that one place that had guacamole all over the place, didn't it?
Well, you know,
I mean, just the whole line.
I included this because their guacamole is by far, I think, by far the best.
Yeah.
If I'm not making homemade guacamole, I want theirs because they do something, they make it extra fresh.
And then she did have some of this too. She went by and she grabbed some of those out too, so.
Can you tell, I grabbed everything that I like.
Yeah.
Well, you're used to seeing some of these in, what is it, like Trader Joe's?
Yeah, it's good, nice.
There was like one company that was doing it, but this is another company. It's called Jan's. It's their Maxi Mixed Fruits. And I happen to like these because, you get orange and purple sweet potatoes and taro and all of those chips because you think they're healthier for you than regular chips. They're also kind of like vegetable chips. I think they count vegetables and not as like junk food. Don't they count as vegetables?
And these are vegetables because these are not cooked like you would normally, so they're not necessarily potatoes, they are fruit chips, vegetable chips, so.
But one of the things that they're doing differently is one is flavored with coriander, sea salt, salt and vinegar, and rosemary garlic. So they're actually having flavors because I think the other one was always great, but they're just like regular chips.
They're just chips that are different, made from a different type of potato and stuff. Because there's as many colored potatoes as you've got days in a month, so.
Well, I like the color, the change, the texture.
Here's something we've used also.
You can tell.
No, we've cooked with both of these, so.
What did you think? Well, this is Badia.
Okay, one of them we put in our tomato. We made turkey noodle soup, and we used one of them for seasoning for the turkey noodle soup, which we basically used too much on. We learned that it's very strong. And then the other one we used in our sausage and bean soup.
Oh, and it's Badia, B-A-D-I-A.
Yeah.
This one is a complete seasoning. So with one little packet, you get dehydrated vegetables, a lot of them. It doesn't even see all of them, but they've got pictures of them. You can taste the.
And use pinches. You don't use big bunches. Pinches. Like people do cooking a lot. Oh, pinch it, pinch this, pinch that.
He's saying that because I'm kind of generous with it.
You don't, because you don't be generous.
Pinch.
Because it is really concentrated. That's why it's in the packages it's in.
This one I thought was cool. This is jerk seasoning, so you can use it for chicken.
Yeah, we used it in our sausage and bean soup though.
That was good in there.
Yeah.
We used it for beans. Those were really good. These we also brought out because.
It's one of the few places that really had tea, and they got some energy tea and.
This one you might have seen in the store. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Guayaki.
Yeah.